Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome for the first time. I want to give a special thanks and appreciation to everybody who just recently subscribed to my channel. So, like I said, thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. I'm a small channel trying to grow, and I'm just trying to give it to y'all the realest way I possibly can. My 17 cents, this is my weekly rant. This is what I genuinely give towards the end of the week, basically like an end of the week wrap up about things that may have been going on in the news or things that may just be bothering me personally. So I'm 17, your host, and this is my 17 cents for the week. This week it's about Jay-Z, as well as a few other things, putting himself into the hypothetical crosshairs, or target, if you will, for the backlash that black folks are giving him for his latest selfish move.
It's getting weird again. So Jay-Z minions is out here trying to spread false information to people they know don't be paying attention. So black people are pissed at Jay-Z for selling them out once again because he has a deal with Target during these boycott situations with the DEI stuff. And here go the Jay-Z D-writers, Charlamagne, Joe Budden, and the rest of the podcasters who can't wait to add Nicki Minaj's name in there somewhere because there's too much heat on Jay-Z right now from the black community. They want their people to stay misinformed. So let me educate you real quick. Nicki Minaj's album came out 3 years ago, not during the DEI boycott with Target. So why would you be bringing her up again to say what? To say what? Oh, that Nicki Minaj had an album retailed at Target 3 years ago? Y'all are embarrassing as journalists. Y'all sure be deflecting and lying a lot these days. The bars that Nicki tried to tell y'all way before this year that the jig was up. Well, y'all gonna listen. Because people paying attention. It ain't just the bars being real about it. And Nicki fuck with the conservatives and the MAGA movement. So why would she give a damn about what y'all saying anyway? Common sense ain't common. They really be insulting y'all intelligence with the basic shit. For real.
Y'all can never convince me. Y'all can never convince me that we only make up 14% of the population in the United States. And you know why? Because if that were true, then why the fuck is everybody so pressed that we want to boycott them? Answer me that. Riddle me this, Batman. Because I wouldn't be pressed about 14% of the U.S. population. I would go to the other 11% of Mexicans that exist in the United States. I would go to the other, 9 or 8% of the others, or the vast majority of the United States citizens that are white. I wouldn't be pressed about 14%. So tell me why Target is trying so hard with releasing an exclusive version of a vinyl record by Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, 30th anniversary, just to get black people to come back to shop with them. Tell me why they're doing that. Answer me as to why Asian Americans are so mad that we decided we don't want to shop with them. We don't want to do business with them. I wouldn't be pressed about 14%. I wouldn't be pressed. But evidently, we are not only the problem in America, but we're also the solution, turns out. We're also the solution. They want us to be, oh, you're the problem. You're the reason why the America is the way it is, and y'all are the problem to everything. But at the end of the day, you want the black dollar. You want our culture. You want our influence. And without that, your business is nothing.
After the NFL boycott, you partner with the NFL, right? After there's a Target boycott, you do a deal with Target. Whether everything is complicated, everything is nuanced, but at the end of the day, it just starts to look, as Joe would say, it starts to look away. Mm-hmm. When every time there's a boycott, you pop up working with those people. This is not to say that Jay-Z doesn't support the community. He does. It's not to say that Jay-Z doesn't support grassroots efforts. I've personally seen him invest in those things. All that can be true, and simultaneously, this is a bad decision. This is a bad choice.
Just optically, it just looks.
Just the optics of it are bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I get people have different opinions on the Target boycott in particular. Fine. I don't. I think there's a need for one. But whatever you think about the Target boycott, it's just a bad look, and it doesn't have to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
I understand.
True indeed.
I understand with you.
You just look bad. I'm with you.
Wow.
So this isn't the first time Jay has been wrapped up in these type of things. my main thing, my first thing right off the gate is this is like your second or third time going against what the community wants. You may be a billionaire. You may be a celebrity. But what we're coming to understand is that celebrities don't speak for us. You see, living in America, living under capitalism, it's about individualism, right? All of this is going to tie in. It's about individualism. Individually, Jay-Z, a businessman, and he said a line about that, is focused on getting his bag. Him. It's focused on him. It's obvious. And yes, it's been documented that Jay-Z has given back to the community in ways. I'm not going to sit up there and say he hasn't. But we also understand that your corporate interests are more important to him, or to you if I'm speaking to him. He's not watching this shit. His corporate interests mean more to him than whatever we're trying to do. The community, the movement. We are trying to form a movement. When you have money, when you've already gotten your bag, it really often depends on how you got your bag. Because if you got your bag by working with the community and you don't necessarily have selfishness attached onto your name, then you're going to continue thinking the same way they got you the money, right? You're going to, if you built it through the community, you're going to keep trying to build that wealth through the community, meaning community action. Jay-Z did not do that. He did not. Like most of these celebrities. We as black folks do not need to be listening to these celebrities. Jay-Z ain't been in the trenches with us for a long time. He's been rich. He's been wealthy for a long time. He ain't been in the trenches with us. Okay? I'm not saying that he didn't start there. I'm not, and even then, you started off selling drugs in the community. I mean, I never liked that. I've never glorified drug dealers, even in my youth. I never liked drug music. I never liked any of that shit. I was more about, I like bars, listening to rap. Like, can you say something to make me think? I don't care about the trap rap or the you know, whatever. I'm not trying to go off on that tangent. That's for a different video. But you were already harming the community by selling your drugs for you. See, that's what I'm saying. You sold your drugs that harmed the community for you to get your bag. This has been his pattern. This is who he's always been. And people, you know, people overlook it because of the celebrity. But what's happening is people are indeed waking up. You know, there is a revolution that is happening. People are waking up. Now, you're going to try to end the boycott with Target. That wasn't a good move. Like they said, they tried Pastor Jamal Bryant. That wasn't working. Black people push back on that. Like, just because you say it's over don't mean it's over. We still not going there. You don't speak for us. If we could do that to Pastor Jamal Bryant, then we can damn sure say that to Jay-Z. You don't speak for us, bruh. Again, you're partnering with them. Why? Because you have a vested interest. It's about you. You're trying to move units of your Reasonable Doubt album. It's about you. It's not about us. This is what I'm saying. Capitalism fused with individualism. This is what you get. Jay-Z is a walking embodiment of that. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and I'm not going to try to crucify the brother. But at the end of the day, we just have to take stock as to what it is. Take celebrity, take fandom, take your bias, take all of that out of it. Put it to the side and look at the situation for what it is. The man is concentrated on self, right? And it's not just him. We just talking about him right now, but it's not just him. It's look at any other black celebrity. Y'all got all this money. Y'all got all these millions, some billions, and y'all have not tried to reach back and rebuild the black community. Why is that? Why is that? Has anybody asked that question? Why is it with all those millions of dollars that y'all have, all that generational wealth, y'all don't take the time to try to rebuild stuff in the black community? No, I mean, I'm not talking about giving to a charity or making a donation here that don't even make a dent in your wealth. I'm saying, why haven't you all gotten together? The Oprahs, the Jordans, the Jay-Z's, all the other millionaire rappers. Why haven't all of you gotten together to try to accomplish something so we can rebuild Black Wall Street? You got your wealth. You got your money. Of course, I know how business works. Sure, you can have some stock or investment put in the rebuilding of the community, but y'all don't do that. Y'all do for self. Y'all do for self. And my conspiracy theory about it is, sure, the white people who give y'all that money put stipulations on it. Hell no, you can't go back and help the black community. You can't do that. You can't do that. We're not gonna let you. And the minute you even try to do some shit like that, we're gonna put this story. We're gonna put all that shit out against you to fuck up your reputation. That's my conspiracy. That's what I believe. And that's me even giving them grace, giving them a way out. Because the harsh truth, the real truth that I hope is not true, but it's starting to look like it is that y'all just some selfish motherfuckers. That once you got yours, oh, fuck the rest of y'all. The type to climb up the ladder and pull that bitch up and not let nobody else climb up behind you. That's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to confront. We make them millionaires. We make them billionaires, going to their concerts, buying their shoes, buying their products, whatever it is they're advertising. And a lot of times they're doing it in partnerships with these same corporations that don't want to see us any different from where we already are currently. So when we talk about as a collective that black people, yes, we have $2 trillion worth of wealth. Those celebrities, those selfish celebrities that I just included within that are within that. So the white people, the people who don't think that this is a problem, can point to a Jordan, can point to a Jay-Z, can point to a Beyonce and say, look, black people got money. And it's true, we do. But not all of us are millionaires, and not all of us are ever going to be millionaires. But the point I'm saying is generational wealth. There is a generational wealth gap in this country. Those celebrities, those few black millionaires are the exception to the rule. They do not represent the millions of us. And so I'm not surprised Jay's doing what he's doing, but I'm glad for one thing, black folk. I'm glad y'all pushing back. I'm glad y'all are not letting them pull the wool over your eyes. I'm glad you're not falling for the bullshit. I'm glad you're not allowing yourselves to be distracted, because it would be all too obvious if he came out against the Asian blackout, the permanent divorce from the Asian community. That would be way too obvious. I'm not even sure he's given his stance or his position on that. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I'm not sure at the time of this recording, but I'm not surprised. I think even Malcolm X said something about it, all those years ago. Like, we're the only community that basically, I'm paraphrasing, please. I'm not trying to butcher what he said, but we're the only community that virtually allows celebrities to speak on our behalf. And only celebrities like maybe back in the day, maybe Muhammad Ali. And maybe I can even throw in Colin Kaepernick, because they both made sacrifices. And see, I learned this from the late Joe Madison. Sacrifices or movements require sacrifice. That's what movements require. The civil rights was a movement. Muhammad Ali was a part of that movement. He sacrificed a big chunk of his career to take a stand against the Vietnam War. It was a sacrifice. Civil rights movement, Vietnam War, anti-war movement. They were all, very similar, but had different effects. But we can't allow celebrities to speak for us. They're not like us. I hate to say it, but they are not like us. They may have started and started where we are, and maybe have progressed. And no, I'm not hating on somebody being able to get their bag. It's about how you get your bag and about what you do with that bag once you get it. A lot of people are just selfish. A lot of people are selfish, and it's not entirely their fault. Part of it is because of this fucked up system that we in. That's what they advertise to us. That's what they try to get us to believe. They want to promote individuality so we can never come together as a collective to actually incite actual change. That's the grand scheme. But see, it's starting to backfire now. It's starting to backfire because they starting to see that we as black folks are coming together. We are standing united. I'm gonna do a video talking about Cohen Wiley, the 1-year-old who lost his life to that stupid ass police officer this week. I'm gonna do a video on that, but we are starting to unite. We are starting to stand up and stand together because of the bullshit that is constantly being shot at us. Figuratively and literally. So for Jay-Z to do what he's doing, it's no surprise. Not to try to keep repeating myself, but I'm not shocked. He's going to keep playing this game. And what these white folks are going to understand is he don't hold as much power as he used to, especially with the younger generation. He was even starting to fall off with us millennials. So yeah, he doesn't have as much sway as he used to. And that's to be expected. But the thing we need to be on the lookout for is the next one. The next ones that they try to use to speak for us. Because regardless, the uncomfortable truth is everybody's got a price. Everybody has a price. It all really depends on how much money you're willing to take to sell out your community. I'm being honest. Everybody has a price. Everyone. Do I have a price? Because that's the first thing you all are going to ask. Do I have a price? Yes. Do I have a price to sell out my community? No. Absolutely not. If they offered me $500 million right now to start making conservative type videos, they want me to cross over and they'll give me 500 M's. I'm not taking it. I can look you dead in this camera, look you right in the eye and tell you I'm not taking it. You know why? To not be accepted amongst my people, to not be accepted amongst my community, I already know what that feels like. I dealt with it in my youth. But to be able to deal with that as an adult, to be shunned, to not be able to be in the same room as people that look like you, and to not be respected, but you got money, but you're not respected. It's not worth it. All money ain't good money. I would much rather be respected amongst my people and dead fucking broke. I know that's a taboo. That is something you should never say in this capitalistic fucked up economy, in this capitalistic fucked up country. Those words are taboo. No one should ever think like that. You should never strive to be that. Well, it's about your values. And I value my respect more than I do my money. And that's just the God honest truth. So for Jay-Z and people like Jay-Z, I'm glad that this backlash is happening the way it is. But like we've been talking about for the past few days, we as black people are not a monolith. And the unfortunate part about that is there are still going to be people that are going to go against what it is that we're trying to do. People that look like us that are going to side with them. It comes with the territory. It's to be expected. But let's not give up. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep this momentum going. And anybody that tries to go against the movement, run their ass over. Metaphorically speaking, of course.